Welcome to Dante's Harmony Podcast, your ultimate source for music, mentoring, and motivation. Join me, Danté Harmon, as I host a one-of-a-kind podcast that showcases the incredible world of sacred steel music. With in-depth interviews, exclusive music, and untold history, this podcast is a must-listen for anyone passionate about music. So tune in, subscribe, and let's harmonize the world of music together. Every sound has a story. Every note carries a legacy, and every generation stands on the shoulders of those who came before them. Welcome to a very special edition of Dante's Harmony Podcast. Today, we're going to open up the vault and revisit one of the most historic gatherings ever captured in sacred steel history. Recorded on January the 10th, 2021, this was far more than an interview. It was a reunion of pioneers, innovators, architects, and visionaries whose hands shaped a sound that would eventually echo throughout churches, concert halls, festivals, and stages around the world. For many of these legendary men, this was among the first times they sat together in a virtual setting to share their stories, memories, struggles, victories, and wisdom. So joining us today are the legendary Bishop Laban Burns, original drummer, alongside Bishop L. Harrison, the late Bishop L. Harrison, and the late Harvey Jones. Bishop Ted Beard, known throughout sacred steel circles as the master of the train. The late great Calvin Cook, architect of the E7 tuning, and one of the most influential steel guitar innovators in history. Alongside him, Chuck Campbell, whose groundwork with the Campbell brothers introduced sacred steel to audiences around the globe. Pastor and guitarist Kenneth Ellis. Innovator of the Harrison sound, chief musician Ronnie Mosey, one of the most respected voices of the sacred steel tradition. And last but not least, the late Bishop James Robert Postell, revered pioneer and mentor whose influence can still be heard in players today. This gathering was made possible through a spirit of unity that transcended tradition and geography, bringing together musicians connected through the historic Mother Tate roots of holiness. So what you'll hear today is not simply a conversation. It's an oral history. It's a cultural preservation. It's wisdom from living legends. It is a master's class from the men who helped build the foundation upon which sacred steel stands. So wherever you're listening, from your home, your church, your car, or your practice room, we invite you to lean in, listen carefully, and enjoy this remarkable journey through the history of faith, innovation, and brotherhood of sacred steel. I'm Danté Harmon, and this is Dante's Harmony Podcast. Let's step into history. Musicians on this live with me. I call it the Master's Class. I call it the Master's Class because a lot of these guys on here, not only have they been playing for upwards to 30, 40 or more years, they are masters at their craft. And out of all the live feeds that I've done for Sacred Steel Nation, this is probably one of the best I think I've done, because I've not only delved into the guys who have influenced me as a musician and as a steel player, as a drummer, but we're talking some of the greatest influencers that are still living, some of the legends of the sacred steel guitar tradition. I want to. So we've already been talking. The conversation has already been having. That we've been having is already started. So I don't even want to prolong the time. But let me just go around the room. Ted Beard, how are you? How you doing?
Oh, fine, great. I'm doing great.
Good. We have Bishop Burns. Bishop Burns, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Bishop Burns, do you mind if I tell your age?
Nope. Full speed ahead.
Bishop Burns is 91 years young, you all.
Wow.
91 years young.
All right.
And he's still kicking.
Not real high, but kicking. I can still kick.
Yes, sir.
All right.
One of the most prolific drummers and the original drummer for Bishop Harrison and Harvey, the guitar player back in the, legend. Calvin Cook, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. It's so good to see you.
Same here.
Yeah, you doing all right?
Good.
Good. We have Chuck Campbell.
Hello.
Chuck, man, you doing all right?
Yes, sir. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. And we have Dr. Kenneth Ellis all the way in South sunny Florida.
Absolutely. I'm doing great. And it is, the weather here is great, guys. I must admit, I have my air conditioner on today.
Wow.
Man,
wow.
You got those bookshelves and the stuff in the back of you, man. You could have been on the beach, man. You really could have gave us a view.
Well, I can. I do have my pool. It's heated, and I got a lake behind my house, and I can take you out there. And
Nice.
It is. The weather's great here.
Yeah. Well, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you, Ronnie.
Yes.
Mosey.
All right.
How you doing?
Doing great, sir. Doing great.
Good. Man. It is such a pleasure to have you. I was talking to Ronnie. I think it was Friday, and Ronnie was talking. I told him, I said, well, Ronnie, I want to have you on this week, and I think Ronnie was the only person I told I was going to have guys from the Keith Dominion and the Jewel Dominion on. So all of us are going to be together. So nobody knew except Ronnie that everybody was going to be on this feed. So I think I told Chuck and Calvin, I said, yeah, man, Ted's going to be on. Calvin's going to be on. Come on. And Chuck texted me. He said, yeah, I'm in. So Ronnie was the only one who kept the secret. So I appreciate you, Ronnie.
No problem.
And last but not least, Ronnie, do you want to introduce your uncle?
Yeah, this is my uncle that influenced me, started me when before I even knew what a guitar was. His name is Bishop James Robert Postel. He's been playing for a number of years, and he was actually, I consider him as like being my training wheels for me, myself, my brother Robert, and also my sister Kim, which everybody know Robert, they know Kim, and also for Jairus as well. So he did, we trained under him for a long time before, we got released and went on. And I just wanted to honor him today and just let him know that I love him and allow him to be a part of what was going on today, because he is a great part of, as Minister Ted said, part of this history, and we appreciate everything that he has done down through the years. So Bishop James Robert Postel, some know and some do not know. So thank you, Uncle, for coming on.
Thank you too, nephew.
Hey, James.
Hey, now how you doing?
All right. Been a long time.
Man, I'm telling you, I heard Ted Spirit is in there.
Yes, he is.
The late Bishop Lockley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always talk about you. Yeah, and Kevin Cook. I remember Kevin was traveling with Bishop Harris' brother. I forgot the name of that truck they had in the band. And I heard Kevin. That when I met Kevin in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Wow. This is gonna be good. We already starting the conversation already. We just sitting around some barbecue. We got some collard greens on the side and some mashed potatoes. And we just talking. I'm sitting amongst the masters. of the Sacred Steel tradition, both Keith and Jewel. You know, people say, we can't come together. Well, we just did. We just did.
Yeah.
We just did. We're making history right now.
Yeah,
and I'm really excited. Together. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm so excited to not only just see everyone, but you all look well and doing well. I don't know who to get started with, but I guess I'll start with Bishop Burns. Bishop Burns, you every conversation that I had with any of the guys from the Jewel Dominion and the steel players and those drummers, they always talked about Bishop Burns. Bishop Burns, he knew what it was to keep great timing. Bishop Burns has been around. Bishop Burns still has it, the whole nine. So Bishop Burns, how are you doing and how did you get started?
Well, actually, I remember the war was going on. World War, it was going on, and I have always really, the Lord put a desire to please Him. When I was probably about 7 years old. I was living in Paducah, Kentucky at the time, and that desire to please Him had been with me all my life.
Wow.
I didn't want to do a whole lot of things. I had no desire to do a lot of things my sisters and brothers did, but that desire. And actually that desire, I believe, because He put that desire in me, He kept me out of kept me out of a whole lot of trouble. Because I could have been traveling up and down the road, and I'm all female. I never began confused about my identity. Right. So it was Him. It was Him that kept me. It wasn't me. It was not me. I can understand. The song said He blocked it.
Yes.
Well, yes, indeed, He blocked it. Yeah. So I had a desire. When she was, I think one of the musicians got married or something like that. So it was my desire. I thought that if I would travel with Chief a while, and then I happen to go into the Army and get killed, I would be saved. This was my intention when I asked her, could I travel with her? I wouldn't look for no glory and honor, nothing. I was just thinking, well, if I would travel with Chief, I could get strong, get killed, I go to heaven. So that was my desire. That's why I started traveling. I didn't know I was going to do it for all my life, but I thought I was going to travel for a while and get married and do other things. But God saw something else different. Wow. So I got started, and hey, I'm still here.
Yes, you are.
Actually, though, a few years, but maybe about 10 years or so ago, my timing got off, and I knew something was going on. So I sort of stepped back a little bit, and I still try to play every once in a while, but my timing gets off, and then I throw everybody else off. So, but I still have visions, fantasies. See me playing and doing different things that I never knew how to do. Wow. But God is still good. Yes, I don't know what He has in store for me yet.
All right. Wow. Wow. This is awesome. This is so good. Calvin, you were probably one of you and Ted know a lot of the guys. I know a lot of the guys reference you, Calvin, when it comes down to some of the guys that grew up in the Jewel Dominion and grew up in Keith Dominion, but that just know each other. I was talking to, I think one of the last interviews I did was with the Mazes out of Cleveland. And they kept talking about was, Calvin Cook, him and my dad. They used to get, they were always together, and your name always comes up, Calvin, in knowing everybody, even on this feed. Bishop Postdale, soon as he saw you come on, that's Calvin. That's Calvin. You've really been a trailblazer, you know, and I know you firsthand. I remember you telling me about the days, and Bishop Burns just alluded to the traveling and how you all traveled and you went to certain cities to set up tents before you even play. You want to talk about that a little bit?
When we started playing, we would go play for revivals.
Mm-hmm.
We set up the tents, put the sawdust down.
So you didn't just play. You didn't just show up with your instrument and play.
No, we worked. During our off days, Bishop Harrison, Lorenzo's brother, was a carpenter, and we would help fix up churches on whatever they needed done.
Wow.
So we would do that, and then during the assembly times back in the old days, we would clean up the church before the assembly and after the assembly.
Wow.
Put the music up, take it down, put it up. We did a lot of work back in those days, which we didn't mind doing. It was a lot of fun. Back then, it was very, very, very tough for a lot of people. But when it came to church, Black people had church.
Yeah.
Back in those days, when we would go into a town, like on a Saturday night, the juke joints they called in, they were closed up until after the assembly that night, then they would reopen. Most of those folks would attend church. I thought they were members back then, but found out they was just visitors.
Wow.
But they all would back then, especially in the South, they all would attend church, shout, dance with the rest of them, and then after service, they go into what they were doing. We would clean up the church, go stay where we were doing, and do the same thing over and over, and we would do that for revivals also.
Wow. So much history. So much history. Ted, I want to bring you into the conversation as well. I remember you telling me, even growing up, what it was like. We see a lot of things going on right now. The craziness from last Wednesday, and yeah, and just to see, where we are with all of these things. You guys have lived, a lot of you have lived in it. You've been a part of it. What was it like, even as a musician, to live through that era, to see things now?
Oh, with us as musicians, we looked to the church and we kept our focus on church regardless of what was going on. Mm-hmm. Now, anybody looked at that scene, I think was it last Wednesday, yes. If you didn't know, that was America, we never would have thought that was America.
All right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, democracy in America had helped on, even when those lawmakers was chased out, they couldn't wait to get back in to do their duty, so we wouldn't go lawless.
Right.
And that makes us glad to be a part of this country, because even though we are not loved, like, a lot of people perceive us as a second-class citizen, we still in a great country. And
yes.
And what we have done in this country, it's been allowed because, with us bringing in our music and everything. I just want to say this: when I heard about Bishop Burns and Calvin them traveling, my Bishop Jewell came through Beaver Dam, Kentucky. That's where my father is from.
Oh, yeah.
My father played lead guitar, and she heard him play, and you know how Bishop Jewell, come on, go with me, and
yes,
I used to travel with Bishop Jewell. He said it was him on with his lead guitar, and it was a banjo player. And those was the one that made music way back. And as you know, that's wherefore I was born.
Wow.
With him traveling, he finally came to Detroit and saw my mother, and so he got off the wagon there and married her.
That's all right.
Yeah. Wow. So, but Bishop Jewel, she was she recognized great music, and she would just take them guys under her wing and carry them with her, man. And my dad he used to play Spanish lead guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's where we basically get ours from. After we got up some age, when I got 12, my dad brought me a lap steel, and then my other brother, Doug, he let him use the guitar he used to play.
Yeah.
Really bought him an old piece of drums, and that's how we got started.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I didn't know your dad played. I don't remember him.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is good. This is good history. For those of you all that are watching on Facebook, please like and share this post. I am sitting amongst masters, greats, legends of the Sacred Steel tradition, and I'm so honored just to be in the midst of all this greatness. You know, we don't know what tomorrow brings, but it's best to honor people while they're living, and to give them their flowers while they're yet living. So I'm honored to have all of these guys on here with me today. Strong Black men, Black men who've not only been mentors, but have been fathers to many, amongst their children, but to all of these musicians that they've connected with. So I'm just so grateful to be here. Bishop Postdale, Ronnie talked so much about you, and he talked about your influence on him growing up and how he began playing, and how he got started. How did you get started, and how was that? What was that like? I admire this guy so much, as well as Kim and Robert. I mean, the phenomenal musicians. But how did you get started, Bishop?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm kind of make it short. Man, I gotta go way back.
Take us back, Bishop.
Your mute button is off. Hit your
mute button. Uh-oh.
Hit your mute button.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Bishop. I think he's getting it. He's trying to. There we go.
There we go.
There you go.
You gotta start back over, Bishop. We missed it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. From my childhood, my mother prayed for the family, whole family. There's 11 of us.
Wow.
And she prayed for the Lord to have musicians for the house of God. When she prayed, that came out. I had a brother, my sister, all of them are dead now, but except two of us. Still two of us living there. A Ronnie mother named Thelma, she the one trained everybody how to play music.
Wow.
From the drums, from the guitars, and from the saxophone. And from that, we picked that up. My brother named Al, he gonna be the Lord. He used to play with steel. He used to travel with Bishop Lockley, Gerald Lockley.
Wow.
And I was like 17 when I started traveling with Bishop Lockley. And I wasn't that good until I got among some of the older steel guitar players, which is Henry Eason, Henry Nelson,
yes,
and all the rest of the fellas. And I learned from them, but I thank God for giving me the gift to catch on quickly, because they asked me how you did that. And I said, oh, this is how I did it. But I told no more. But I thank God that the gift still goes on.
Oh yeah.
The gift goes on, man. And from Kim, Robert, my other son, Derek, he used to play drums, but he's in Texas. But all the gifts that's like verse, even the grandchildren, on and on and on, man. And Ronnie, my mother and dad used to be crazy about Ronnie. Ronnie, they called him Ronnie Moe.
Ronnie Moe.
They was calling him Ronnie Moe. And Ronnie used to follow me all the time. When I was at my security guard, he was there. When I was in church, he was under me. He was under me. And he told me that when I go to work, this just came out. They used to go in the closet and get my steel.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Bishop.
Get my steel, bring it in the closet. Right back where it was. But every time I come, I say, like my guitar didn't know. I said, okay. But every time I went to work, they got my guitar. Kim used to sit right there and look. But soon as I leave, she got it. Ronnie used to sit there and learn different styles that I used to play. And he just sit there and look. Look. I said, man, all right. So it was like my family, we had a station wagon was loaded with postals. And from there on, man, I started traveling with Bishop Lockley. I traveled with Bishop Lockley to Daytona Beach, Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida. I met Kelvin in Daytona when Bishop Lockley was building the church.
Wow.
I went out and met him, and I fell in love with him and their music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And told me, said, I don't want you to play tonight. I want you to let Kelvin play. I said, what? You know, he said, I want you to hear them, how they play that steel. Okay. I said, okay. So they played that night, and I said, oh, man, y'all sound good. It's all right. We traveling, man. You know, we just traveling. I said, okay. I see you around. I tell him, I see you around. But that man, God has blessed me, and we went from the Keith Dominion to Jill Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn their style, but I kept my style. I
You
think
sure
I played
did.
one morning by myself. I had the drummer, and everybody come out looking. What was that? They said, that's that poster boy from the Keith Dominion. You know? I said, oh, man. So I learned Bishop Harrison, my nephew, he stayed with him. He learned everything. I met Bishop Burns and all of them, man. It's like a big change, but we always have that love, of that unity of learning.
Wow.
Still learning.
This is amazing. To even see the camaraderie back then and just the togetherness that you saw Calvin, you met Calvin, and y'all, I'm gonna listen to you play. No, I'm gonna listen to you play, and just being able to share. That's awesome.
And we just like was round each other. As one play, we just looking at him. How he did that?
Wow.
I don't know. How he got that? I don't know. But I think I heard Kevin about tent meetings. We set up tents. Oh man, that was a job. We set tents up. The sawdust coming. People shouting in the tent. Dust coming up. People getting saved under the tent. There'll be people coming near around, man. Like I don't know what. I don't know y'all never heard of Hearing East.
Yeah.
Yes.
Left guitar, and I think in Bradenton, Florida, Bradenton, North Carolina, they put them out to church, man, and told them, y'all stand up to church, y'all got to move. So, okay, make a campground right there in front of the barbershop, in front of this barbershop, along cords and stuff. And then he said, okay, you put me out in the right place. So when they did that, Henry Easton got his guitar and stuff, got it together. He sung the song called How You Like Roosevelt.
Yep.
And when he tuned that guitar up and sung that song, everybody came out to juke jumps from everywhere. The street, the town was crowded, man.
Wow.
And people got saved that day. And that brought me back way back. And
Wow.
when I seen Bishop Jill, man, I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. She was tall in stature. Yeah.
That's
I was scared to go up to the pulpit to shake her hand. What's your name? I said, Reverend Postel. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. No, you're not all right. But I hung on in there, man. This looks like, I'm glad y'all doing this. Oh, man. This brings back some memories. Like Ted Beard, Campbell, and all that. Bishop, I remember Elliott.
Bishop Elliott.
Yes, sir. I remember him. We used to travel together.
Wow.
And Bishop Lockie helped him go to college, send him to college, him and Jackson and all that. But that's history. But I thank God for the history.
It is.
Thank God
for you all.
I thank God for that we still living and see one another, man.
Yeah,
That's right.
indeed.
What a blessing.
Wow.
He gave us long life. He said it. My mother always told me, say, if you be faithful to God, God will be faithful to you.
That's right.
And I'm living 76 now, 76 years old now.
Wow.
And I'm in the best of health, man.
Wow.
In the best of health.
This is amazing.
76.
76.
I used to be 76.
76 too.
All right. Who that say they used to be 76 too?
Yes, I remember.
This is so good.
We're the same age.
So Calvin Postdale, and wow, this is amazing. You're experiencing history. For those of you all that are tuning in on Facebook, this is history before you right now as we speak. Man, so much, Bishop Postdale, that you shared, and I'm just grateful to not only have just met you, but to just hear hear the history that you just shared with us. Yeah. Ronnie, I'm gonna circle back with you, but I want to go to Chuck. Chuck, you see all of the you see all these legends that we have on here, and I remember growing up, and I know we shared this when I did the live feed with you and Phil, when you first set up my guitar, and we were in Fort Lauderdale, and you guys were at the Assembly. I think it was in '87 in Pompano, and you set up my first pedal steel, and of course I took it and did what I did with it. But to hear the stories, to hear Bishop Postdale talk about how he influenced and how his kids and those that were under him influenced his style of playing, or he even influenced their style of playing. Even hearing what the camaraderie was, even with him and Calvin, and them just complimenting each other in their playing. I know you've been playing, and you've been such an innovator in your generation for steel players. How did you get to that place of just challenging, or I should say not challenging, but channeling everything that all these guys around us have given us and taking it to the next level?
Well, the way I got there was, first of all, my mother, grandmother and grandfather were Haygoods, and they was out of Sarasota, and they knew Willie Eason,
okay,
and Henry Eason,
wow,
very well, to the point where when Willie would be out playing sometime in the streets, they would help collect the money, they said, and things of that nature. Because they said once they started playing, people said, "Hey, you done made it talk. Lay it down and let it walk." they said he was something. And they said Henry Eason actually was a showman.
Right.
He'd throw the guitar up or put it down on the floor and dance around it, and then pick it up and play it some more. And then, of course, they knew Henry Nelson from down in that area, because Henry ruled Florida and South Carolina.
Right.
So that's one thing. But from that, Henry Nelson actually lived in New York City. So when he was back with the church, he'd be at every assembly. And unlike James Robert, I wasn't too happy because he just knocked me out the box. I wasn't happy about that. Some musicians in the church act like, whatever God's will is, but if I come and bring my stuff, don't let me be done set up.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I set up one time and was playing a Sunday school convention, and I played Friday night, Friday morning, Saturday morning. Nobody ain't moved. Half of Saturday night, nobody moved, and I looked behind me, and they were setting up this old vendor with what looked like some kind of cow skin or sheep skin. And I looked around, and all of a sudden this guy walk in, and it ain't nobody but Calvin. He ain't but 2'3". He walks in, and everybody standing up, and the bishops and the elders shaking his hand. And I didn't even look around. I just got up from the guitar and walked in the audience. Had to walk in the front of the church, in front of everybody. Calvin sat down, and he drug out the first note. And the whole church just went berserk, they had moved the whole time. And so you get that kind of humbling. And as far as Ted, I didn't even know who Ted was. I heard tapes of Calvin.
Right.
But when I first went to
Introducing Affirm It, the heart and soul of Danté's Harmony, a project designed to rewire your subconscious mind with daily affirmations that breathe positivity into your life. Available for purchase on iTunes and Amazon and streaming across all digital platforms. Affirm It is your daily dose of inspiration, making each day a canvas of potential. But why stop there? Elevate your affirmation journey with our exclusive line of merchandise. From journals to pillows, mugs to coasters, each piece is a reminder of your commitment to positivity and growth. Visit DantéHarmon.com to discover more and join Danté's Harmony community. Embrace the power of positivity words and make them a part of your everyday. With Danté's Harmony and Affirm It, transform your mindset, your day, and ultimately your life.
Mm-hmm. And I say, boy, this Calvin dude, he a bad man, man. I say, this guy, man, I ain't never heard nothing like this. I said, that ain't Calvin, that's that beard boy. he like he wasn't nothing, man. I said, no, man, this dude here, man, this the baddest dude I ever heard. And Calvin didn't come to the assembly that year because of death, I guess. He didn't come to Saturday. Okay. And by that time, Ted had wrecked the place, man. It was the assembly was his, and I remember that, and I happened to play drums for them. Wow! And from that, I ran into this guy from Philly, who James Robert gonna know, Acorn Coffee. Right. And Acorn was telling me about Bishop Burns, what a great drummer he was, and how he would keep things, speed them up, slow them down, control the service with Bishop Harrison. And so he took me to Philly personally to meet James Robert, Bishop. And because he told me, he said, hey man, James Robert can beat Calvin and Ted playing. I said, come on, man, that's impossible. I said, that ain't even possible. So Bishop James Roberts was nice enough to go ahead on and set up and for us to have a jam session. But I came in there with the pedals, running down notes and running and stuff. My man looked at me and said, hey, son, I play by the Spirit. I'm not really interested in, I play by the Spirit. And he's playing these nice tunes. And but to me, they wasn't super fancy to me. Mm-hmm. But they was very spiritual, as I soon found out later. Because later I finally heard Ronnie. Mm-hmm. And my first real experience of hearing Ronnie was with Bishop Jewell's funeral. Uh-huh. And my brother brought back the video because Calvin and Ted had always, and they continue to mentor and try to help me to be a better player, more spiritual. My brother brought back the video and he said, look, Chuck, I gotta tell you something, man. You got to hear this dude. He put the notes right in the right spot. Everything I done told you to do, he doing it. And when I heard it, I said, oh my God, this dude is unbelievable. And, you know, it's just, I really admired him. And then when it comes to Bishop Ellis was the guitar player. I think Ted pretty much raised him. Anything he learned, everything Ted would do on the steel, Kenny could do on that guitar.
Yeah.
And to the point that I hated playing with him, because when you would play with him, he make you sound like Ted.
Now the truth comes out.
The truth comes out. You heard it firsthand here, Kenny.
And I was like, this dude, man, you can't even break out of nothing to play like nobody else, because he make you play like Ted. And with our tradition, you know, I try to, you know, it's amazing how much we have helped each other. And with the guitar players, and Ronnie and his family, Ronnie Mosey and his family, Robert, and even Kim, they really were really was great friends from the day one that we met. And Ronnie, I remember when I came over to the Jewel Dominion Assembly with my father, because finally the leaders was saying we'll get together. Mm-hmm. Bishop Manning asked him, and he said, come on over and play. And he let me play Lorenzo Harrison's harp.
Wow.
And, oh yeah, that harp was, that was amazing. That's an amazing guitar. It's a guitar built into the organ with the Morley pedal on the floor. And then he got like a phase shifter, and he had a mixer under there. Mm-hmm. And I was like saying, man, Lorenzo, man, he controlled the whole service. I mean, he got the mixer under there where he controlled who's loud and who's not. And I was just, and then Ronnie sat down and played with me, and then let Rob play with me at the assembly. And it's one of those experiences that you'll never forget. Yeah. And I said all that to say this: every one of you legends have influenced me, whether it's afar or near. And what Bishop JR told me in Philadelphia that time has really come back a lot of times, that it's not about how many notes or how few notes. It's not about how many people shout and how many don't. It's about letting the Lord work through you, so that you can edify not only the church, but everybody's soul. And that we could be with one accord. And I really, he probably don't remember that incident, but it's amazing how many people we influence from time to time, especially youngsters. So when you meet them, it's really, I have nothing but good to say about all you all. And Bishop Burns, he said he's kicking every time I see him in a service. I mean, he gets up and shout. I mean, he really praises the Lord. He don't play around, man. So I really appreciate all of you all, and this is just a wonderful thing to have right now.
Man, I'm just excited to have you all on. And again, for those of you all that are watching on Facebook, you are experiencing history. I am sitting amongst legends of the Sacred Steel tradition, and just really, really excited to be here. Kenny Ellis, and then I'm gonna go to Ronnie. Ronnie just sent me something, and I'm so eager to share with everybody. But Dr. Ellis, you just heard Chuck call you out on your style of playing and where you get it from. What say ye about this?
Well, you know, Chuck probably was feeling some sort of way that he wasn't really the Ted Beard of the world. But it's okay, Chuck. It is okay. I got you, my friend. So, with that being said, I guess back in the early 70s, 72, 71, 70, somewhere around there. Well, let me go before that. My dad purchased my guitar. Didn't want to play guitar.
Yeah.
Want to be the drummer. So took a ride up to Detroit, Michigan at the famous State Assembly. Everybody heard about the assembly, and
Yes.
and so took a ride up there with
My grandmother.
Elder Julia Shaw,
Yeah.
myself and Ben took a ride and got the lecture so that learned from Elder Beard. He could teach you a few things. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm still in high school. What can this guy teach me on a lead guitar? Lo and behold, dropped us off at the church, me and Ben, and Ted just swear before God, you don't have no timing, you can't play, your timing is off, and it really did something to me. So I worked very hard. To prove to him that I have time. So after a day or so, I remember going on that weekend into the assembly there in Detroit. Oh my God. Ted, and this is my really first time hearing Ted really let loose. Ted was playing some stuff. I have no clue what he was doing. It was crazy stuff, and all I knew, I was gifted enough to mimic what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And my thought process, if I can free him up as with his chords, because Ted is a chord guy. I mean,
Yes, he is.
He run chords left, right, up and down. So my thought was, if I could free him up and I'll run his chords and he can do his picking stuff. And sure enough, that's what he was doing. I freed him up. I think I took him, he went to another level during that time, and I basically backed him up as much as I could.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where my start came in. Then I hooked up with Calvin. Calvin is different.
Mm-hmm.
So Calvin is like a free butterfly, just goes out there. He's just gone. He's just floating. Calvin floats everywhere. And Ted has structure. Calvin, you just did not know what he was going to really do from one moment to another.
Got that
So
right.
I kind of laid low in the pocket. And I remember, and Calvin, if you don't really know this, Calvin really created the breaks. Like all of the breaks that these guys have been doing.
Yeah.
I remember in Nashville, Calvin was telling me, he said, all right, Kenny, we're going to break. So when I do this, don't you do anything, just break. I had no clue what a break was. What is he talking about? Okay. So Calvin hit it. Just stop. And then I said, okay, I got it. And that night we stayed in church till about after midnight, 12:30. The power of the Holy Ghost came in there, and it was just really just awesome. So I was able to adapt to the both styles, and Ted and Calvin would alternate during the state assembly times, and we'll be in a service all day. So we'll start at 9 or 10 that morning.
Yeah.
Calvin taught me how to run down the stairs of the old building, run down the stairs real quick, eat breakfast. Once we hear the drummer start, let's run back up the stairs and let's get on our instruments. So Calvin taught me how to take breaks during the entire day.
Wow. Wow.
So and then I was privileged to run with Henry Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was from the South, and Henry would come. His dad, his uncle would bring him down, and Henry, he just played those full chords, you know, just strumming. So he was the easiest person to play with, believe it or not, because I just kind of sat there and just faked it a lot of times. until he went on his high string, and then I told him to come in and back him up. And so he was, I would say, the easiest because he always used full chords, just run everything on chords all the time. Even when he traveled with us to Los Angeles, it was very easy to play with them, and it was just a joy. So I want to go back to Bishop Postel very quickly. Yes, my father-in-law, Bishop Elliott, did tell me a lot about you. And yes, Bishop luckily helped with my father-in-law with school and all of that stuff. And I found out where he created this team, and Bishop Elliott created a team that will follow him, whether it's going to be tent revivals or going into a church. He had this team, and it came from the Bishop Lockley era of musicians. And we would travel morning, noon, and night all the time, getting back home 4 in the morning and trying to go to work. Yeah. So I heard a lot about you, and I thank you for those comments, and I see where that process came from. So nowadays, and as I close out, I will share this. I feel that a lot of my skills came from when I played a lot by myself. Yeah. So in Fort Lauderdale, we had this big bass drum. Boom, 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 boom. We didn't have the whole set. We had a big bass drum. My cousin, Gregory Sapp, on the bass drum.
Yeah, the trap snare.
Yeah, there you go. And had somebody else on the snare, just going at it. And I would be the only musician in the house, in the Fort Lauderdale band for many years coming up. Of course, there was Brother Hill, but after a while, they stopped playing and let me just go at it. And I think I can contribute most of my skills from playing by myself, from revivals and creating a lot of stuff. And I was able to bring that up to a national level. And again, I'm just glad to be here. I feel that I am just an average guy, just among great people. And the greatness around me made me who I am today. So my hat is off to Ted to help create who my style, and my hat is off to Calvin. Taught me the creativity to just do some crazy stuff with him, and so I just feel that I'm blessed.
Wow, yeah, you've definitely influenced a lot of musicians. There's not one guitar player in the House of God that does not reference your name, Kenny, including Phil Campbell. When I talk to Phil Campbell, he hey man, I got to talk about Kenny, So you really set a foundation for a lot of us. So we really appreciate you. We appreciate all you guys, but definitely.
Discover the perfect blend of faith, fashion, and unity with Carry Him, the clothing line that celebrates diversity and shared humanity. Each piece is thoughtfully designed by founder and CEO Lindsay Dillard, incorporating powerful symbolism and the Pangea map to remind us of our interconnected world. Shop online now and elevate your wardrobe with meaning and style. Use code DHP15. That's D as in Dante's, H as in Harmony, P as in podcast, 15 at checkout for an additional 15% off your purchase. Embrace the message. Carry Him. Visit Carry Him's website to start shopping today.